My first guest is an OB/GYN who, in his 20-year practice, once performed nearly 1,200 abortions. He's now a leading figure in the pro-life movement. Please welcome Dr. Anthony Levatino. What was it in your life that changed your view of being an abortionist to being one of the leading pro-life advocates in the country?
I trained in my residency program learning to do obstetrics and gynecology and learned to do first and second trimester abortions. And I did 1,200 abortions in a span of about 4 years. About 10% of them were the D&E abortions. In June of 1984, our daughter Heather was exactly 2 months away from her 6th birthday when she was killed in an auto accident in front of our home. What do you do after a disaster? You bury your child and try to get back into your life. And I don't know how long it was, but I showed up for my next D&E abortion. And a D&E abortion is an absolutely brutal, inhumane procedure. Let's just say we call it dismemberment abortion for a reason. And in the process of starting that abortion and literally tearing out a baby's leg, I just stared at it in the clamp and got sick. And for the first time in my career, I really looked at that pile of body parts on the side of the table. And I didn't see her wonderful right to choose, and I didn't see what a great doctor I was helping her with her problem, and I didn't even see the $800 cash I just made in 15 minutes. All I could see was somebody's son or daughter. And that was the beginning of the end as far as abortions were concerned for me.
There's a brand new movie. It comes out opening this weekend called Unplanned. And it's the story of Abby Johnson, who ran a Planned Parenthood clinic down in Texas until one day she actually saw what they were doing. The National Motion Picture Association made this film R-rated because they said that even the rather toned-down depiction of an abortion was too strong. It seems like an incredible hypocrisy on one hand to say that abortion is just a surgical procedure and it's perfectly fine and it's normal and it's healthy for a woman, and then to say that if you actually saw one, it would be repulsive. Speak to that.
I will tell you that it is very medically accurate. The movie crews did an excellent job of portraying that. Now, understand no real abortion occurred, although it certainly looks like it did. But what's depicted in the movie is extremely medically accurate. The irony has not been lost on anyone that a 13-year-old can walk into Planned Parenthood and get an abortion without her parents' knowledge or consent, but she can't go see to the movie without being accompanied by a parent.
One of the things that is amazing now, we've got many candidates for president, and in 2 states, efforts to allow the killing of the baby if it survives an abortion. And there are state legislators who are celebrating, as they are in New York, over the fact that they can still kill the baby post-birth. How shocked are you that we have come to that point in our civilization?
Once a human being is born, that is a person under the law with rights. And that baby is entitled to life, and that baby is entitled to medical treatment. The Born Alive Act was brought forward in the U.S. Senate, and it was defeated. A similar bill is coming up in the House of Representatives in the near future. This shouldn't even be a consideration. As a matter of law, that is a person and is to be protected under the law. I can't believe we're even having this discussion.
Dr. Levatino, do you think we're going to get to the point where society finally looks at this and says this is savagery, this is uncivilized behavior? Will we see that? Are we getting better at that, or are we going the other way?
I think we are getting better at it. You know, over the years, I've spoken at various pro-life functions. I've spoken before high school classes and college classes. And it's interesting, over the decades, I've seen more and more of the children in these classes, especially in high school, for instance, suddenly more and more of these young ones are identifying themselves as pro-life. You know, the technology's out there. They can see what an ultrasound looks like. And I think that this is another reason why Unplanned is so important. I've always said, you know, child labor didn't end until somebody actually got a camera in the factories and showed people with pictures what is going on. Unplanned goes a long way to showing people what is going on. And I think it's one very important step in exactly what you're talking about.
I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments, for your candor, and for your advocacy for the unborn children of America. I hope your voice is listened to by millions of people. Well, our thanks and blessings to Dr. Anthony Levatino. You can see him and learn the truth about what abortion really is at abortionprocedures.com. And please don't let anyone keep you from seeing the movie Unplanned. Ignore that R rating. That's the movie industry's attempt to keep you in the dark. Don't let them do it. Go see the film. And you can learn all about it online at unplannedmovie.com.